Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Zam Wessel from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, Zam Wessel. Another bounty hunter. I've had a few requests, but not a lot, but I'm doing all the bounty hunters, right? So we got to do her. Oh, okay, now here I'm gonna rant a little bit about Star Wars design. Star Wars design is awesome, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that Zam Wessel, to me, feels like, and again, this is just my opinion, I'm not saying anything bad, or maybe I am, but I'm just saying I'm not trying to knock it. I'm just saying, to me, Zam Wessel feels like a thrown together costume that wasn't supposed to be much, right? I kind of said the same thing about Aura Singh, that antenna coming out of her head is like, what is that, you know? Okay, so here's the thing, and here's my theory, and I'm not saying I'm right, I'm just explaining why I think this way. Whenever movies are starting to be put together, concept artists throw a lot of stuff out and see what sticks. And this is why, again, I'm going to go on a Star Wars rant. This is why sometimes I complain about everybody talking about George Lucas's vision and the way he wanted it. And this is his idea. No, it's not his idea. It was an idea to make a Flash Gordon type movie, and everybody else came up with the look and the feel. Ralph McQuarrie, who's the other people? Anyway, a lot of times, especially with Ralph McQuarrie, he came up with the entire look, and then they built off that, right? Now, you watch the behind the scenes of all the making of Star Wars and whatnot, you'll even see this too, where ideas and drawings and characters are put on a wall, are laid out as in maquettes, little clay creations, so he can say yes, no, add this, remove that, and that's when his input comes in, George Lucas, and may say like, okay, add this there and change that and let's do this, right? In other words, so he gets inspired about what they're doing. So, where I was going with this is sometimes you'll get characters that it does feel like they're like, well, add this on. Let's take Slave One, Boba Fett's ship. How it flies and then, you know, it lands like that. That, honestly, to me, is the dumbest way for a ship to have to land on its back and then fly away and drive like that. You know what I mean? It's like it should have been, and again, just my opinion, but it really feels like it was like, well, let's make it different and let's make it fly like this. The boss says so, that's what you got to do, you know? So, again, not to complain about Star Wars. I'm just complaining about Star Wars. Let's just call it what it is. This character has some things hanging off of her that just feel like they were like, well, we got to make her different. We got to make her an alien. Let's hang this stuff off of her. There's no reason for it. There's just these, and you know, they're right. Well, I'll get to it. They're like these little dangly things. They look like padlocks, little dangly padlocks off the front of something hanging down, and then tubes that go to her chest. That's it, you know, and again, I get it. You got to make your creatures different. You got to make them look otherworldly. Like, and I talk about this whenever I'm doing my March of Robots, that I like drawing them crazy and different and like they don't exist on this plane. And so I like it to look like well, when I'm drawing like alien robots, like it doesn't have to be explained to a human because you don't get this technology or that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I like that. So again, I don't mean to be complaining. I get what you're going for, but sometimes it feels like that. And that's what this one feels like too. That they threw together an outfit to make it look alien, strange, weird, and sometimes it just feels like they tried too hard, you know. That's what I'm saying. That's where I was going with this. That's what this whole rant is about. Is that sometimes it's like, there's a oh, I can't remember his name right now, but there's a fashion designer that says whenever you're going out, whenever you're getting dressed, and you're putting on your jewelry and your necklaces and all the things you're going to go outside and look pretty and all that stuff. Whenever you do, look in the mirror and take one thing off. You know, that's the theory, is that you've gone too far, so dial it back just a little bit, you know, and it'll work. It feels like they should have done that with this character. It's like, ooh, you should have you should have dialed it back and took one thing off, you know, just to mix it up, just to you know, redo it or rethink it. You try too hard is basically what I'm trying to say. But again, hey, you know what? I could be 100% wrong. This is just my opinion. This is just me talking about this. And I'm not a successful movie maker. So, you know, don't listen to me. This is just my one Star Wars rant opinion. And again, I don't have any movies. I don't have any way to say, well, see, I told you so. I told you I was right. This is just my crazy opinion. Okay, that might be good enough for a quick sketch because all the details are going to come about as we go, right? So I just need to get placement. It's all I really need to do. And the details will come out with the sketch, right? Oh, you know what? She's got like a little skirt type thing. Again, see, little things like that. It's like, and you know, then there's these little beaded necklace things. What would I have taken off? Honestly, this whole front thing, this whole breather with the respirator stuff. Yes, I'm not saying it's not cool. Yeah, yes, it's cool. I just think it was too much. You should have dialed it back just a little bit, and that would have been my remove that and then build off this. That would have been my Mr. Blackwell. Is it? No, he's a guy. I don't know. Anyway, but that would have been my, yeah, let's dial it back just one, you know? Okay, I think I'm ready. The sketch turned out pretty good as far as placement and stuff like that. The details I'm not worried about until we get with the Sharpie. So let me erase just a few of these sketch lines just so they don't stand out when I work on the Sharpie. And then we'll welcome everybody that skipped. Okay, I think that looks good. So yeah, let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Get to the good part. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than a fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Star Wars playlists, or Star Wars in general, check out that playlist and just check out the playlist in general because I do so many that I might have already drawn what you're looking for. So check out the playlist, see if I've got what you want, and we're gonna get going here. So I have her turned slightly in an action pose. So if this is her head, it's gonna be slightly turned like this, okay? So the eyes are right underneath the visor. I might have to draw that visor a little bit higher now that I think about it. Let me draw the eyes real fast. I'm gonna do the top of the lids like this. All right, so she's kind of looking that way. And to do that, let's go ahead and do the retina, the color part of the eye, kind of looking that way. Right? Now, I do the eye a little big like that because I try to fit in just a little bit of a pupil in the center like that. It doesn't always work because, again, at this size, it's going to start to bleed, so I can only get so much in. And also for the bottom of the eye, it's so small I don't draw much. I just kind of hit it like that, just a little bit. Same thing on this side, and I really can't do much on this side because of, again, the size. It's already starting to bleed. What I can do is try to give her just a little bit of a darker, like eyelash. Not much, because she doesn't really have makeup on. A little bit, but I'm just trying to make it thicker on top, as if there were a thicker eyelash. You know, like maybe she didn't use makeup, but the eyelash is so thick and beautiful that it stands out, right? Okay, so I've got her nose turned a little bit, so we can actually see a profile on this one. I'm gonna come down and just draw like that. Usually I don't draw the edge, but as you, let's say your nose is like that, as you start to turn, you do start to see the edge, the you know what I mean? So like this, well, I mean, I know you see lines right there on my knuckles, but that's what I'm trying to say. As it turns, you see more of that profile edge. So that's why I put the lines down as we turn, but not if it's facing towards you. For the nostrils, I'm just gonna kind of come in and do one of these, something like that. And then let's draw the mouth. Nothing crazy, just like that. And then I'm gonna draw the lip, if I can, like this. And sometimes I don't like to draw it, because now it looks like lipstick, you know what I mean? And sometimes I leave it subtle, but this time we drew it in. But always be careful, because sometimes it will look like lipstick, and that may not be what you're going for with these characters, you know? Like she is a bounty hunter, not really a makeup wearer. Okay, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the jaw up to her little earphone thing. And if I get a little sarcastic with the description of this stuff, sorry. I've already talked about this character and what I feel about my opinion on the design, which I'm trying not to get snooty about, but there's a part of me that's like, that's not right. That's just not right. So, I'll try to keep my opinions to myself, but I'm telling you right now, not gonna happen. All right, let's draw her headphones. I'm gonna draw the outside like this. This is the part that goes up. So now I can draw the other parts that are kind of behind it like that. And it does have another layer to it, so I'm gonna kind of do it like this. Again, I'm gonna start to thicken up my lines, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're gonna see a huge difference in line width. So I'm trying to match how that's gonna end up looking. So, like I said, I draw what's in front first so I can make sure I don't accidentally draw through it. So this part is gonna be her little headphone thing, or headphone goggles thing, which is going to the top of her head. That's all I need right now, because now I'm gonna draw the helmet. And it's got a visor that's coming down and going back up like this. And again, see, I wanted it underneath that, so that's all I wanted to make sure that I drew that first, so I could draw underneath and not accidentally draw through it. It happens sometimes, like I'll be getting too close, or maybe even right now, if you can't even see it in the camera, it looks like a big blob, you know? I get it, but I'm trying to make it look right. Let me thicken this up just a little bit. All right, I like that. So let me draw the visor up to the top of the hat. And remember, you don't have to thicken your lines up like I'm doing. I'm just explaining to you why I draw how I draw. Especially if you're working with pencil, sometimes it doesn't look right to have to thicken up a line, you know? Do what works for you. Ultimately, if anyone ever says, well, why'd you do it like that? I'd say, well, that's how he draws, you know? Or why didn't you do it like that? You use my line. You say, hey, that's how I draw. You know? Use that to your advantage. All right, so our head, the helmet is going up like this. And it's got some kind of, not point, but a kind of a rise in the size right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw this angle right here. We're gonna say that it connects right there, but you can't see it because of the little visor eyesight thing. I'm gonna draw those in. I mean, it looks like, and I'm gonna go back to the whole complaining about the design. It looks like these are supposed to be like glasses, like maybe they go over her head, right? And does it happen in the movie? I can't remember. But it's almost impossible. There's no way that's gonna come down and go into her eye the way all that is. I get it, cool design, bro, but it's not, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's not functional. All right. So there's just sitting on top of her head. So let me kind of draw like this mech looking hat that she has. And then where it kind of all connects on the top. Like that. And again, I don't mean to bash your favorite character if you really like her. I'm just talking about the design and the way it's like put together and whether it's form functional, that kind of thing. Sometimes to me, I'm like, that doesn't work. You shouldn't have done that. But I get it. It looks cool, you know? All right, so she does have some hair like this coming through. We can see a little bit, and there's the back of her head back under the helmet. And so now I'm going to draw some details. So I'm going to switch into the other Sharpie. You can't see much of her head because I do have her kind of, I'm sorry, her neck. I do have her tilted just a little bit. She's kind of hunched over in a fighting position. And so what I can't see of her neck, I'm just going to come in here and do this. I'm going to draw her little cape clasp, whatever this is that holds her hood. I'm sorry, her hood clasp. It kind of has got this little crazy design in it. It almost shouldn't be done with this Sharpie because it's too small. Now it's kind of blobby. Shouldn't have done it, but I did it. Okay. And again, there's kind of a hood type kind of thing and then a shoulder pad. So I'm going to draw up here like this. This side, you can only see like that much of it. And again, it's a layered hood. I'm going to kind of add some layers and creases and folds with the small Sharpie just to accent it. Her neck, let's just do like this. Okay? That's all you can really see. So now we get into the meat and potatoes of her costume. She's got the disguise mask cloth that's hanging down. So I kind of almost want to make it flying out because she's in an action pose, but no, I guess not. Let's just draw let's do what they did. I'm just gonna hang it down like this, right? Just a piece of cloth, just hanging down. Okay. But again, I draw what's in front so I don't accidentally draw through it. That's kind of the whole idea. Let's see if I can draw. Nope, it's starting to bleed. I can't do that. Can't do that. Let's just draw like a little something like this just to show that it's got some folds because it's cloth. All right, so I've got this arm up and her front thing is going to be like this. And then I can draw her arm. And the arm is bent right here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and draw the crook of it. The crook is the inside, like this part. Not the elbow, but the inside. And her arm's going up, and she's got space gloves, right? That's what we're going to call them. It's like this design like that. So it's kind of open and then closes. And then it goes back to the metal of the other design. So it's kind of like almost like two designs in one. Or it's, you'll see, she's got it on the other arm, but it's like it's got this extra layer of space, you know. That's again, sorry, I don't mean to bag on the character. But there's a part of me that's like, you know, and I already talked about this in the sketch portion. If you want to hear me rant, go check that out. If you just say, you know what, you're a crazy old man, it's Star Wars, leave it alone, don't bother. But it's a funny rant about Star Wars and the designs and how sometimes it's a little too much. All right, so this hand I just have like up like this, or I guess you can't see because of the back of the hand, because she's just like drawing her gun, so her other hand just kind of does that, you know, real quick pose to nothing. I guess that's something I'm going to try to coin the phrase, because she's in such an action design that she's not really thinking about this hand. She's just kind of sticking it up. And we're gonna say the index finger you can't see because it's behind these two fingers, right? Kind of like that. So we're gonna say it's kind of like this. So now I'm gonna draw the thumb out like that, okay? So it's kind of a profile shot. But again, we can only see so much. Maybe we'll say you can see it like that. There's the other finger behind it. But again, it's in an action pose, so it's kind of forgiving that we can only see so much from this position kind of thing. Let's go ahead and draw her arm, and then we'll work the rest of the way down. So this one I got out with a gun. So again, it's just material. So I'm going to draw the shoulder like that to her costume. Then the bicep to the crook of the arm, the back to the elbow like this, and then to the space gauntlet, right? So the forearm to the space gauntlet, and I think I might have it a bit long, but that's okay. Over here to that part, connect it there, space gauntlet to the wrist, space gauntlet. Yeah, it's a bit long, but that's all right. That is okay. All right, because it's material, because it's cloth, I like to add some wrinkles, like you know, it's a little bit flexible. And okay, so space gauntlet, it's kind of, that's it. That's all we gotta do. And so for her gun, just normal. She's gonna be holding the gun. I need to have something that I can show you as an example. I used to do that a long time ago, but I cleaned up, and I don't have a laser pistol to show you as a gripping hand, because I used to hold my electric drill that's got a handle and a trigger, and it was a good example of holding a gun and why you want your fingers out, not in like a fist. You know, you got to be around something. So instead of a fist, it's going to be up like that. So we're just going to draw little sausages is what we're going to do. So I got the back of the gun, the handle, you can see that, and then the sausages are going to wrap around. This sausage, the middle finger, is underneath the thumb. You can see more of this one, and the pinky's like this, okay? The first sausage is on the trigger, right? So I'm gonna draw the bottom of the gun, something like this. And the gun, let's see if I can find a good picture. I don't have much of a picture, so I'm not too worried about much of the detail. And I'm pretty sure you guys aren't here to specifically draw the gun, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so I'm gonna draw straight across, or as straight as I can get it. Then kind of do the same thing back. That's not very straight, is it? But that's okay. That's why I'm here, to clean it up with the smaller Sharpie. Let's see if I can straighten some of these lines out, just to, you know, give it a little bit of a space gun tone, and try to clean it up as much as I can. See, also, this is a good example to show you that even I don't have it perfectly, you know? I've seen someone draw and they commented, they're like, mine's terrible. It didn't come out anything like yours, you know? You know what? Sometimes even mine don't come out like mine, you know? Sometimes it's not perfect, and that's okay. It's perfectly fine. That's the only perfect it needs to be. That is perfectly fine, and I told this to someone else. Yours came out better than someone that didn't draw at all, so good for you. That's all you need to worry about, you know? There, I fixed it. It doesn't look perfect, and it does the job. That's all I'm worried about. It looks like a space gun, you know? All right, so let me draw the bottom of the hand real fast. I gotta close that off and bring it in like this. Now see, also in times like this, when we do this kind of stuff, the fingers didn't really matter. Like, it does. I mean, you got to make sure you place them right and all that kind of thing. But sometimes it's the overall big picture that kind of sells it, you know? It's like, now it looks like she's holding a gun, and it doesn't really matter 100% like whether these fingers are perfect, because also she's wearing a glove. and you can't see anything, you know? The overall big picture, it makes sense, right? You're seeing it, you get that it's Zam Wessel holding a gun. That's all you gotta worry about. Okay, so here we go with the craziness of her belt thing. This is mainly what I was ranting about in the Star Wars, I'm sorry, in the drawing section. I'm gonna start way down here on her danglies. And so this thing is gonna be something like this. Again, something like this. I don't know what this is. I can pretty much guarantee Star Wars doesn't know what this is. This is just extra. You know what? No, I'm not gonna go. I said it once. I'm not gonna bore everybody. If you watched it, I'm not gonna do it again because you've already sat through me ranting and raving about Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars so much that I have an opinion about Star Wars, and I will tell you my opinion about Star Wars if you want to hear it. But again, that's why I'm not going to do this over, because I've already done it once and I don't want to bore everybody who sat through it. All right, drew the danglies. And now I need to draw, well, I can do this. Okay, so it kind of goes up like that. And it kind of does that. And then it breaks apart again. Oh, that's to a top, yeah. Breaks apart to separations. So we're gonna try to do it like that. If you can do a parallel line like that, perfect. If you can't, meh, you did what you can. All right, and I'm gonna draw the top of it like this. This one kind of disappears behind her little face mask thing, so I'm not worried about that. But we'll say that it goes back there like this. Now, there's tubes. I don't know what this is, something coming out. This, and I tried not to touch just to make it stand out, but it's okay if it does. I'm going to draw that middle part with a Sharpie in a second. I mean with a smaller Sharpie, and I want this down here like this. This one's going to be kind of like this, a little bit closer because she is turned. And so now I'm going to do jumpies following a line, right? So we're going to kind of do like that down to this one. Same thing, this one's going to be smaller, like that, okay? I'll connect those in a second. Let's just do it all together over here. So same thing. This one's shorter. Like that. Okay. Again, there's a middle part that I wanted to do and try not to touch the other one just to make it stand out, you know? If you can, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to make it separated so it looks like separated pieces and not just one big line, you know, because I could have done that, but I was trying to make it a little different. Now here, I'm just doing that. I'm not really specifically trying to connect this one to that one or this one to that one. I'm just drawing segmented lines to show, and see how I'm curving it like that too? Like a little crescent bread, like a little, yeah, you know how it kind of spins around like that to show movement, that the tubes are going like this, all right? All right. And you know what? I don't want to go too long, but there is another layer on this. So I'm going to come in here super thin and just hit it like this. Just follow the same lines, but a little further away, just to kind of accent that edge. And I could have done this with color, and I'm going to put that underneath the cloth so it does the same thing underneath it, right? That's why I stopped it there. And I could have done this with color, but it's breaking up the negative space, and I like that. Okay? All right. This does have a little bit to it as well, but it does have like some kind of tied on, like a top thing. I don't know. Again, a little too much, guys. Dial it back a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna go into her, I don't know, her too much is basically, again, what I'm gonna keep calling it. So she's got a belt like this. I guess we can draw the back of this like that. This side, it kind of, it goes back in there. You can't really see it as much. And the belt, we're gonna say, is back like that. But she does have her holster, which I guess you can kind of see, but it's empty, okay? I'm gonna do like that. Again, it's gonna be empty, like that. But at least it's defining a side for us. All right, let's draw this little thing hanging off. Let's draw some beads. And for beads, let's do it with this Sharpie. It's kind of, I'm gonna do like this. Because it's too small to really draw, but I wanted to put it in there and show you a little something. So we'll do another one like this. There's another way you could have done it by drawing a bunch of circles. But, and look, maybe we can do that. Maybe we can connect some of these like that to make it look like it. But it's almost like I didn't want it to stand out and look like a bunch of circles. I wanted to look connected. But really, it's too small to draw beads. So a lot of times with stuff like this, like necklaces and little things that are tiny, like if it's a chain or something, I like to just draw something like that just to make it look like, yeah, something's there, but it's a little too small for detail. That's how I kind of look at it. Okay? Wow, there's even something, man, she's got too much. Way too much all hanging off here. Little something hanging off right there. Don't know what it is, but we're gonna draw it. Okay. All right, so finally, what is that? There's something hanging off her leg. I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can find a better picture. See, even you guys, that's too much, guys. That's too much. Too much. This does split on the side. Now I sound like I'm complaining. I'm like, gotta do this, and we gotta do that, you know. All right. I'm complaining too much. I'm a cranky old man. I'm tired. I'm doing my drawings. Hey, and there you go. Maybe this is a good exercise to show you that sometimes, even when you're tired, just get it done. Just do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta do the drawings. All right, let's draw her legs and the little skirt thing hanging down. So I got it kind of hanging over her leg, a little bit like this. And it is segmented, so I'm gonna kind of do something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw her legs because I've got her legs spread wide in a action stance. So I'm gonna draw the inside of the leg like this and down to the boot. It's like a lot of Star Wars stuff, or a lot of characters in general. Even when I design, I do this. Don't think much about the boots. All this design, and look at all this, and hang this, and just put some boots on her, you know? There's not a lot of thought that goes into it, and I get it, you know? It's okay. It's all right, Star Wars. I like referring to Star Wars like it's a person. Okay, Star Wars, okay. All right. And the boot is a little segmented too, so let me try to draw that. A little bit of armor coming down. And this one's, their legs are, again, spread wide in an action stance. So let me try to get this right. I don't think I've got a side view. Oh, I do. Kind of a side view, kind of like that. And there's another one that comes down and does this. And then the actual shoe. A little front tip like that. And then the Crocs, the old Jango Fett Crocs. Okay. Again, not too much because it's armor, so there's not a lot I can do here. So yes, I don't even know why I picked up the Sharpie. It's armor. We're gonna let color take care of that. All right, so this leg over here, I can't forget to draw the rest of the skirt. We'll do that in a second. This leg over here is hanging down. Again, same thing like this. I've got the skirt just a little bit over, like that. But the holster is over it, so that's all you're gonna see. So the knees right around there. Here's the boot. Here's the back of the leg up to the inner thigh to the crotch right there. And again, I've got her spread a little wide. Let me see how much creases. There's no lines. Who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna make up my own crease lines. Okay, I'm gonna do some more, but I like to add a few and then add the highlights, so to speak. But usually when a character is in a wide stance like this, I usually, you know, put a lot of lines in the crotch because they're stressing the pants a lot right there. Not too much. Sometimes I go too much. But that's good. That's good right there. There's a pattern. Let's see if I can do that real quick. Probably could have done that with color, but again, it breaks up the negative space of nothing being there. I can go back and do a parallel line, just right across, parallel to it. I mean, that's why it's called a parallel line, right? Okay, creases and folds just to show the cloth. Oops, I do that a lot. And boot. All right, so let's draw me some boots. Again, it's armor, so there's not too much I can really do as far as changes. You know, we just got to leave it like it is. This one comes across like that. Oh, let me see if I can find a good side profile. I'm not worried. Like that. Come down to the Crocs. And then the front has a little toe armor. Let's draw the what do you call that? The tread for the Crocs. At the top of the boot. I'll add a little bit of bend just to give it a little bit of extra. The creases on the shoe. Some wear and tear, you know. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Zam Wessel from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.